in the divisional round over the Houston Texans, now 0-7 in the divisional round of franchise history. Hey, everybody, welcome to Game Day Highlights. Patrick Claybon here in our NFL LA newsroom as we had a spectacular weekend of football. Let's break down some of it with my partner for this show, Mark Ross. Joining me here on our show. And Mark, a rough game for CJ Stroud and the Texans offense, one that they would certainly like to forget.
Yeah, man. Patrick, CJ had one job. Just don't turn the ball over. Let your defense cook and control the game. Much like last week, he tried to give it away. Well, today the Patriots were just a better team and just too many turnovers. The defense was in it, kept them in it as long as they could until it fell apart with that big shot there to Butte. And just over and over, just inexplicable type turnovers. It wasn't anything really the Patriots were doing to him. It was really mostly on CJ and him causing, the errors himself.
And Mark, coming into this game with no Nico Collins, had the rough brain injury from last week. It didn't ever seem like he was going to be a part of the calculus. And then it seemed like Dalton Schultz was also going to be a big part of this game plan, but Schultz leaves early, so it's relying on Kirk and Hutchinson as well as backup tight ends, and they eventually lose one of those in this game as well. Also probably contributing to CJ's issues among the wintry mix that was a part of the game in Foxborough today as well.
Yeah, he didn't seem comfortable at all. He didn't seem comfortable last week. He hasn't seemed comfortable, really, quite frankly, in a couple years, Patrick. So that's really a discussion going forward. Is CJ Stroud really the guy? Because, again, even when he wasn't turning it over, it seemed like every time he put it up, it was going to be a turnover, a couple drops right there. And, I know you can make an excuse that Nico wasn't there and Schultz was out. Titus Howard went out as well. But it really wasn't anything that, because they weren't there, that's why he turned the ball over. It's just really, he had time. He wasn't getting a lot of pressure most of those times of his turnovers. And it was just inexplicable type plays that I just looked at really on him. So, yeah, you can use those excuses, but really, I just really see it was CJ Stroud doing this, causing these turnovers on his own.
Yeah, the total calculus there adding up to a 28.4 passer rating in this game against the Patriots defense. And you mentioned the Texans defense, really, Mark, doing all that they could. They also provided them with a short field that was turned over not by CJ Stroud. It was Woody Marks that put the ball on the ground in one of their better scoring opportunities.
Yeah, for sure. And the defense, the touchdown they gave up, it was on Marcus Jones' return. So even that score wasn't on the Texans defense. And, you try to hold as long as you can, Patrick, and they did that for most of the game. But at some point, your offense has to help you out or just not keep hurting you. And they just kept hurting the defense, and they played admirably. When you look at Drake Maye's stats, they weren't great. That's because of what the Texans D did to him. But, it was just an effort by the whole Texans offense where they couldn't run the ball, which forced CJ to throw. And then when he did, he had those turnovers. So really just a poor showing by the offense that did not help the defense out at all. Really, the offense could have, ran 3 and out and just punted, and they would have been better off than what happened tonight.
Yeah, some of these turnovers, of course, the rough decisions, with the Patriots still in position to make those plays, and including 2 really good plays in terms of catching the ball in this wintry mix by Carlton Davis as a part of a solid performance by the New England defense, Mark.
Yeah, they made the plays when they needed to make the plays, and that's what you have to have in playoff football. And you mentioned the wintry mix, but, hey, both teams have to play in it, and it just seemed as if the Patriots were more equipped and better prepared to handle the elements, to handle the pressure, to handle the situation. And when there was time for plays to be made, the Patriots made those plays, and the Texans did not. And that's really what most playoff games come down to, a play here, a play there, much like we saw those playoff games, yesterday with the Bills game, where you hurt yourselves, and then you hurt the team, and you end up losing the game. You got to give it up to the Patriots. I know we'll talk a lot about CJ and his struggles, but we got to give it up for the Patriots that they did make the plays when they were there to be had.
And one of those Patriots that made a play when it was there to be had was the former Houston Texan, Stefon Diggs, who had a touchdown catch in tight traffic, a great hands catch. After the game, our Jane Slater caught up with Stefon Diggs.
Playoff football in this weather and this win. What does this game mean to you?
It means everything. We played as a team. We kept fighting, rolling with the punches, the good and the bad. I'm so proud of this team. I'm proud of Drake Maye. I'm proud of the defense. Defense held it down today. You got to give them a huge shout out. They're one of the best defenses in the league. I know they don't get a lot of praise, but they don't get enough. I'm going to give them all the praise. Offense came through when they needed to. We ran the ball effectively when we needed to. I'm just proud of this team.
Before the second half, right before the halftime rather, we saw that 7-yard catch.
Yeah.
Incredible one that you'll likely have on one of your highlight reels one day. How did you come down with that one?
I got a good ball. I got thrown a good ball. I just try to make a play for the quarterback. That's all.
You know, I saw you hugging some of your Houston Texans teammates over there. How hard was it to see some of those guys and see them go home like this?
A little rough, but, I mean, it's either us or them. Like, I had a lot of love and respect for that team, that coaching staff. I had a great time in Houston. You know, sometimes things don't work out. Here I am in a great situation. I was always taught to be where my feet are, so it's a lot of love for them, but it was either us or them, so I'm always picking us.
To play the way you guys did against this defense, now you get the Broncos defense. How are you guys feeling?
I mean, that was the #1 defense that we just played. I mean, you know, those are just numbers. I think these are all good defenses. Another good defense. We're going to Denver, man. It's going to be a challenge for us. I know we look forward to it.
Thank you so much for your time. Congrats.
It will be Patriots and Broncos in the AFC Championship game coming up on Sunday, January 25th. See it on our broadcast partner, CBS. Looking forward to it. In fact, let's look ahead to the Patriots and the Broncos. Unfortunately, it will be, all due respect to Jarrett Stidham, Bo Nix with the broken ankle will not be able to play in this game. A rough one for the Broncos in that particular situation. But the New England Patriots, having gone up against Will Anderson Jr. As well as Danielle Hunter, now they have to prepare for Cooper and Bonito. I guess in terms of preparation, it's a pretty good scout team that they just went up against, Mark.
Yeah, right. It's almost like, your defense that you practice against is a top-notch defense. So when you go play other defenses, you'll be okay. And the same thing here is like, yeah, there's not a better duo coming off the edge than what they just saw tonight. So moving forward, Drake Maye today wasn't at his best, but at least he didn't have, he had the one turnover. But besides that, he made the plays when he needed to make the plays, didn't have the turnovers. They played complementary football where you saw all phases where the Patriots came through. So I think they'll be highly confident going up there, Denver, especially without Bo Nix. We saw Jarrett Stidham. He already made that graphic there, Patrick. So they worked him in there really fast. So, yes, it'll be, I would have to say the Patriots have to be feeling real confident. Even if Bo Nix was playing, I would have said, the Patriots have a chance to win this game. But even now more so, be huge favorites.
And I would imagine, Mark, that the game planning becomes certainly difficult when it's a backup quarterback who hasn't played in a couple of years. It's been exclusively Bo Nix taking snaps for the Denver Broncos for the last 2 years. But the sort of situation and how Mike Vrabel and how this Patriots defense approaches this game plan, does it become more difficult in a sense?
Well, no, it becomes easier. You want to play Jarrett Stidham. I don't want to play,
Sorry,
Bo
Jared,
Nix. Like, the offense is going to be the offense there, but they'll take this all day long. We'll put an extra minute in to prepare for Jarrett. But, yeah, it's the offense is the offense. Sean Payton's offense is his offense, and so I think for the game planning aspect, it'll be almost the same, and just that extra confidence level of saying, okay, we're going against a backup. You better go beat a backup in the AFC Championship game, Patrick.
Yeah, the Patriots' first AFC Championship win since they won Super Bowl 53 against the Los Angeles Rams. A rematch still on the board as we look forward to the game.